One of the most pressing issues of our time is climate change. This topic is highly controversial, with many refusing to believe that it is even real. With our newly elected president being a climate change denier, it is now more important than ever to spread the direness of this issue. No matter what our beliefs or lifestyles are, we all have one thing in common: our home on planet Earth. People need to come together, despite our differences, to help save our world as we know it. Although there are many things that contribute to global warming, one of the biggest impacts on our planet comes from the deforestation of our trees. According to the National Geographic, the world's rainforests could completely vanish in 100 years at the current rate of deforestation. The root of this problem mostly boils down to the growing capitalism worldwide and the need to make the most profit possible. Trees that are natural and indigenous to these forests are being chopped down in order to grow companies' crops, land for livestock, or for wood and paper products. Palm oil is one of the main crops that leads to deforestation. It is a cheap alternative to vegetable oil and is therefore used in a variety of products to cut costs. Although many might not see the problem in replacing trees with different plants, this species actually hurts the soil. According to the World Wildlife Fund, the agricultural plants that often replace the trees cannot hold on to the soil. Many of these plants, such as coffee, cotton, palm oil, soybean, and wheat, can actually exacerbate soil erosion. Soil erosion is a terrible effect because it takes away the limited amount of land that is arable, so eventually we might not be able to grow food needed to sustain life. It also creates a cycle of deforestation because after the palm oil plants take away the fertile soil, companies move on to other areas of forest to cut down even more trees. Livestock is another cause of deforestation, with an estimated 17% of the Amazonian rainforest lost in the last 50 years, mostly due to forest conversion for cattle ranching. The livestock that is needed for Western diets requires numerous amounts of beef, which need land to graze and simply live in. Trees are being cut down in order to facilitate these cows, further promoting deforestation. The large problem that comes with raising livestock is that instead of forests reducing our carbon dioxide level, cows and other animals increase them. When they eat and burp, cows emit methane, which is even worse for the atmosphere than CO2. Scientists have found that forests play a critical role in mitigating climate change because they act as a carbon sink, soaking up carbon dioxide that would otherwise be free in the atmosphere and contribute to ongoing changes in climate patterns. By cutting or burning down these trees, the carbon is released back into the atmosphere, resulting in climate change. Research has shown that about 15% of all greenhouse gas emissions are a result of deforestation. Finally, logging and the use of wood and paper products adds to deforestation. Although there are regulations for how much timber products can be manufactured, there continues to be accounts of illegal logging. WWF says these laws can be violated in any number of ways, such as taking wood from protected areas, harvesting more than is permitted, and harvesting protected species. Logging removes trees and therefore releases CO2 and leaves many animals without homes. Research shows that about 80% of the world's documented species can be found in tropical rainforests, some of the forests most vulnerable to deforestation. This makes these animals more susceptible to poaching and exposes them to environments they are not meant to live in. There needs to be consequences for damaging our planet. We need to prevent large companies from taking advantage of our natural resources in order to cut costs and make money. You can even help by stop buying products with palm oil, reducing the amount of beefy wheat, and finding alternatives to paper products. You can even support taxing these types of products so that consumption will decrease. Overall, we as a society need to band together to prove that we do not support these actions. We need to spread awareness for these issues so people will be enlightened and do their part to help save the planet too.